The moment I walked into the courtroom, my ex-wife laughed under her breath. Her new husband shook his head, smug, careless, convinced of victory. But it was the judge's reaction that froze the air. His hand trembled as he adjusted his glasses, eyes widening. Then, barely audible, he whispered, "Dear God, is that really him?" Every head turned. They didn't know who I was, not really. A year ago, I was the man they thought they destroyed. We'd been married 9 years, no kids, just plans, our version of a future. She worked part-time, I handled everything else, mortgage, insurance, quiet stability. I never asked for much, just loyalty. But betrayal never announces itself. It seeps, subtle, polite, disguised as routine. Late nights became work dinners. Passwords changed. Her laughter shifted, the tone of someone living a double life. The truth came in fragments, a credit card statement with a hotel charge, a hidden text that started with, "I can't stop thinking about last night." The man? Her business consultant, a man who sold debt relief but lived on it. When I confronted her, she didn't cry. She smiled, said, "You're boring, Daniel. I needed someone who makes me feel alive." Alive. That word haunted me. I walked out with nothing but my briefcase. She kept the house, the car, the dog. Said I'd never fight her in court because I was too decent. She was right. Back then. 2 months later, my company collapsed. Or so she thought. The consultancy I ran was quiet by design. Mergers, valuations, liquidation strategies. When I disappeared, I didn't lose everything. I absorbed it. Shifted assets, changed registrations, buried paper trails under layers of shell entities and tax codes no lawyer on her payroll could unravel. She filed for divorce, demanded half of what remained. I gave her documents showing a fraction of my worth. She gloated. That was fine. I was building something else, not to rebuild my life, to reclaim my control. 6 months later, I created a firm under a new name, Harrington Legal Advisory, a firm that specialized in forensic finance, uncovering fraud, asset concealment, and misappropriation. I hired a team of experts, quiet and ruthless. We worked cases that danced along the edges of morality, until one day, her name appeared on a client file. It was the man she'd left me for. He'd forged financial disclosures, hiding income to avoid spousal support from his first marriage. The case was complex, multiple LLCs, falsified reports. We took it. I took it. And for 6 months, I built the most detailed audit of his financial crimes, while remaining anonymous to both of them. When the summons came, she must have thought it was about their ex's lawsuit. She had no idea she and her husband were the ones about to be exposed. The irony? Her new husband used my old accountant. Every hidden transaction, every offshore deposit, every falsified claim, traced, cataloged, authenticated. I handed the evidence to the prosecutor myself, under oath, as the lead financial investigator. Which brings us back to the courtroom. The day they laughed. The day they thought they'd walk out unscathed. When the judge called the case, the prosecutor stood and said, "Your Honor, we'd like to call our financial expert to the stand." He gestured toward me. I rose, walked forward. Every footstep echoed like a countdown. Her laughter stopped when I raised my right hand for the oath. Her husband's smirk vanished when the prosecutor introduced me. "This is Mr. Daniel Harrington, Chief Financial Investigator, and the man who uncovered over $2.4 million in fraudulent asset transfers committed by the defendants." Her face drained of color. Her husband muttered something about a mistake. The judge leaned forward. "You two are being indicted on financial fraud, falsification of federal forms, and perjury." I didn't look at her. Not until the bailiff approached their table. Then, quietly, I said, You wanted someone who made you feel alive. Congratulations. She whispered my name like a prayer and a curse all at once. They were escorted out before the hearing even ended. The courtroom buzzed. Confusion, whispers, recognition. When the judge adjourned, he approached me privately. "You didn't have to do that yourself." I smiled faintly. "Yes, I did. It's been 3 weeks since the verdict. Their assets are frozen under federal seizure. I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. Revenge doesn't shout. It signs paperwork. Sometimes justice isn't about rage. It's about precision. And the quiet satisfaction of watching those who underestimated you learn your real name."